Hey guys, BioLizard1 here, and today I'm going to bring you another narrated Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This was a match against a guy named KobraTail. Met this guy at the Cerebi chat room, and yeah, he turns out to be an awesome guy. This was an RU battle, and we had this match a while ago, so in this time Alakazam was still RU, so I apologize in beforehand when using this one in this tier. But at the time we had this battle, this guy was allowed. So yeah, I start off with my Dugtrio while he starts off with a Beedrill, and that was not a very obvious move, I think, because who runs Beedrills as a lead nowadays? I only seen one guy using a leading Beedrill, and that was Hayden with his swarming Beedrill, which was quite nice. But when I saw that he had Toxic Spikes, I surely saw that this was a different set than Hayden's set. So yeah, it got me puzzled. I first went for the Earthquake, just bringing it down to a Sash, and then I went for a Stone Edge, maybe predicting him to switch out going into his Murkrow, because he had a Murkrow as I saw in the team preview. Now he goes into his Love Disc, which is obviously not a Love Disc, but an Alomoa Mola, I guess. So I don't want to take a Water type move into my face, so I'm obviously going to switch out. My poor Lantern is going to get Toxic straight off the bat because of the Toxic Spies that my opponent laid down, and my opponent has the Imposter ability on Ditto, and I think it's called Eccentric now. Yeah, I have to apologize a second time because I'm still using an old version of the game, basically because that version works for me. So I'm gonna go for a Volt Switch because I just wanted to switch out there, but he goes into Ditto. Ditto copies my ability, and which means it gets Volt Switch. Now Ditto is basically going to do the same when I switch out into my Lilligant, and goes for that Volt Switch, which is actually a very cool move because it allows you to switch out and scout out the opponent's team, and that is basically what my opponent did. Now he switches into Murkrow. I have seen Murkrow in other battles than this one, and I wasn't really sure what it could do, but as you will see right now, this guy is truly powerful, and I'm actually considering of using a Murkrow of my own. First he decides to go for an Bean Look, which basically means that my Lilligant is trapped inside this battle for yeah, for further events of this match. And then he goes for a Perishong, which means that on turn 1 of the Perishong, when it counts down, Perishong is basically a move that after 3 turns, when it counts down to 0, when your Perish count falls down to 0, your Pokemon dies. So, which means with the Mean Look, I'm not able to switch out, but he is. So basically that means that my Lilligant is dead from this point, and the only thing I can try now is try and take down this Murkrow as low as possible. But yeah, I really have to move fast here, and I kept going for Hidden Power Rock, and I was pretty sure that this would do a huge amount of damage to Murkrow since it's super effective, but it doesn't do a thing. And now I'm just making some predictions. I'm predicting him to go for a Roost right now, which makes it better for me to use my Stab Giga Drain. But even though I have Quiver Dances up my sleeve, I'm not going to scratch this thing a lot. So as you guys can see here, Murkrow is just the best, but here he made an awesome misplay for me, that is, because he stays in on the last turn of Perishong, which basically means that now both Pokemon are going to die. He told me after the match that he didn't do that on purpose, he just misclicked or forgot about the Perishong count. But that was kind of an unfortunate accident because now both Pokemon are going to die, and I'm pretty sure that this Murkrow would have caused me a lot of trouble in some further events of this match. So, but I'm not complaining, not complaining at all. Murkrow is dead. I'm gonna go into my lead again because it's the obvious move. While he goes into his Chimpact, his Monferno, or whatever it's called, the pre-evolution of Infernape. He goes for a Mach Punch. I thought I would be able to survive that, but he gets a critical hit, which is kind of unfortunate for me, because if I would have been able to survive, then a Stab Earthquake would have been able to kill him. But that doesn't happen. I'm gonna go into Alakazam, knowing that my Alakazam with Magic Guard, with the Life Orb, is not going to get any damage. And I predict him to go back into his Ditto, but really I didn't want to take the risk of going for a Shadow Ball. Yeah, so I didn't want to do that. So I just went for my Stab Psychic, and it did a huge amount to his Alakazam. But I know my own Alakazam, know that he will go for a Shadow Ball, so I'm just gonna go into my Porygon Z. Porygon Z is immune to it due to the fact that he's normal, and I'm going to outspeed him because I'm Choice Scarfed, and I'm gonna go for a Stab Tri-Attack, which is definitely going to die Alakazam due to the poor special defense. Now he's gonna switch back into Monferno, and obviously I don't want to take a Mach Punch to the face because a Stab Mach Punch would be able to take me out. So I'm just gonna go into my Bob Jr., which is my Why Not? And yeah, why not? I thought Why Not wouldn't be able to take Mach Punch that great because it only does like 40 amount of damage to me, 40 hit points, which means that my counter is going to do 80 hit points to him, and that basically means that unless he gets a crit, we are both going to be taking down me due to the poison, and his Infernip is just basically going to die due to the accumulation of all the counters coming in his direction. So after the Murkrow episode, we have a Wine Out episode where we are getting a Stollywar. Oh my god, it's amazing. And now I'm going to be able to calculate, and yes, I did 130 hit points as you could see right there. So that means that every turn I did about 60 damage to him, which is kind of pathetic. But now that's gone, now that's over, we're just gonna go into 2 new Pokemon now. He's gonna go into his Oshawott. I'm not going to go into my Dugtrio because I did that last time, and that didn't work out great. And in addition, my Dugtrio is dead, so he has Oshawott, and I have my Stab Thunderbolt, and I have no idea why this Porygon Z does not have the download ability. I probably missabbed it, which is my bad, but he goes for a Swords Dance, a move I didn't quite understand or grasp. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going for that Thunderbolt, and because Porygon Z is just a beast, it's going to do a huge amount of damage. And here I was hoping to get another turn, but unfortunately for me, I don't get it. But I still have my Shadow Man, my Alakazam, and he still has Love Disc, and my Alakazam is going to get poisoned due to the fact that he has 2 layers of Toxic Spikes up. But I don't really mind because, yeah, I have Magic Guard. And now you're going to see the reason why my Shadow Man, from the Princess and the Frog that is not going to be able to survive for a long time in RU metagame. It nearly one-hit KOs him with a Stab Psychic, so that is just an amazing guy. I think he's UU now, and I'm going to try him in my next UU team. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for a substitute for who knows what reason. I don't really grasp it, I just knew that I wouldn't be able to take him out. And oh no, I thought he would go for a Protect on the upcoming Wish. But now I know that after my next Psychic he's going to die, and that will be a good game. So good game, Cobra Man. We had a rematch which is going to be up next week if I'm correct. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to stay tuned for today's question of the day, and see you in my next battle. So here we are again with my question of the day, and in this question of the day I'm going to ask what your favorite berry is. As you guys know, there are about 64 berries if I'm correct. I checked it up last night at Cerebi. And my question is simple for you. What is your favorite berry that you can use in the metagame? If you ask me, Chesto Berry is just amazing because Chesto Berry allows Pokemon to recover from their sleep, which basically means that when you go for a lot of Dragonesses, the best example is Resto, Chesto, Kingdra, you can keep going for that Dragoness, and then when you see you're at a low amount of hit points, you just go rest. Chesto does the rest, and that means you're ready to sweep. So my favorite berry is Chesto Berry. What is your favorite one? Leave your answer as a reply to this video. Subscribers. When I started narrating this battle, I saw that I had 4K subscribers. So thank you guys. Without you, I would have been able to do it. Expect a special very, very soon, and see you later.